What is the value of microgeneration? Pete Forrest is npower's microgeneration guru, and I met him at a house that had the solar panels that produce electricity fitted. They're called photovoltaic panels, or PV for short.
PV is one of the more expensive technologies at the moment, but as research comes forward, it is getting cheaper, and the government recognises that and helps homeowners financially by giving them a grant to install solar PV.
How do you make money out of this?
When this is generating, when the sun's up, electricity is offset against what you're consuming from the grid, and then the way in which the payments worked out is we look at how much you've generated and we reward you for a proportion of what's generated.
Peter Millwood has already seen the advantages of microgeneration. He's added PV cells to his roof and says although he's not about to get rich from the electricity he sells back to the grid, he expects the market is only going to add value to his investment.
Part of the consideration in putting these in is that I'm expecting energy prices to go up. I'm certainly hoping that there will be a greater government incentive to make pricing more effective in the future. So I'm expecting the economic argument will get better, and it will increase the desirability and have an effect on house prices.
Matt has a similar system to Peter, with a large house and lots of energy needed. He chose it for more reasons than purely the cash returns.
It's not an outstanding financial investment, but I think it's a reasonably solid one. I think the second level behind the decision is the saleability of your house and the value that it potentially can add to your home. And then the third thing is, longer term it just feels like a good decision. There are some things we can do to make a difference, and this is something I was able to do. It's a big investment, you're right, but from an economic perspective, but also from my own sort of footprint perspective, I think it was a good decision.
But the fact is that Matt and Peter do get paid for their electricity. And according to eco-friendly estate agent Julian Brooks, there are other financial benefits one has to consider when making this move.
We've developed two schemes, we're just finishing the second one, and we've used all forms of microgeneration apart from micro wind for the developments. The actuality of it is that we're getting a premium on the price that people are paying for these properties. It's about 5% premium compared to houses within the locality. And that generally reflects the amount of money we're having to spend to make the buildings more eco anyway.
My final visit is to the Energy Saving Trust, a non-profit organisation that exists to reduce the effects of climate change.
Various technologies will have different payback times. The main thing, again, to remember is by insulating your home, you'll get a better payback and then start looking at technologies after that.
Do you think there's a difference in the short-term and long-term views at installing micro-renewables?
Yes, I think there's a definite change at the moment with people having a more long-term view of the way they make their purchase decisions. And I think ultimately, when you're looking at these kind of things and looking at the house that you've bought, it's the biggest purchase you're ever going to make in your life. And so actually putting more money into it and making it more efficient and making it better for the long term is a fairly easy decision to make.
Thousands of people are realising that investing in the fuel efficiency of their house is a wise step. And the economic argument for the investment can be measured in lower bills, money earned from surplus electricity, and the future-proofing against fluctuating energy markets. But many do it because they see this as the beginning of us being more responsible as consumers, lowering our carbon emissions and preserving our world for future generations.